All right. We will start to speak about Moonshot 2 strategy that I'll be using. So this is a look ahead on the next couple of months, 3 months, right, on Moonshot 2. Just to frame up where we are currently in the life cycle, let's just bring this back up. And we are in the transition of getting, Moonshot 2 started now. This is April, so we are starting Moonshot 2. Obviously, you would see some coins from Ethereum, ADA. We got StorJ and we got other coins that has completed its Moonshot 1. They're either doing correction or starting to move into Moonshot 2. So the next 3 months will be, pretty much the Moonshot 2 phases. And I'm sure there'll be coins that will be late, and as usual, and that's fine. So we'll speak about that, and as such, there'll be a review on some of the Moonshot 2 coins. I'll only review coins that have completed their Moonshot 1. Right, I'm not going to review coins that that hasn't completed its Moonshot 1 because we have to do it again if we are wrong about those projections. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. But before that, I want to talk about the strategy moving forward. Okay, that's in my mind. And this is just one strategy, right? So some of you may like it, may not like it, and it's up to you to decide how you want to do this. Now, this is triggered. So some of you are asking, what triggered me to consider major reshuffling? One is ADA. ADA is starting to push up, and it's probably a very important coin for us in Moonshot 2. And when it's moving up, the question is, should we get into ADA? And what's the strategy here? Okay, so I want to speak about what I've done before in Moonshot 1. Some of you would know that I only have like 3 major coins, maybe 4. But in my Binance, the top 3 would be XRP, OMG, and ICX, right? And they are fairly late, right? In terms of doing Moonshot 1, a lot of the coins would have done better. But you'd be surprised that many of you would have done well, that either in 10x, or close to it. I myself have hit the 10x. So that opens up the new questions. Okay, if you have hit your goal, right, or close enough, what's the next strategy? So we are talking about looking ahead. Now, my coins are really simple, right? I only have 3 coins, right? So, and it's still able to get me to my 10x. Okay. Are we going to repeat the same thing? And I think for me that would be a smart thing to do. So let me talk about how many coins you should be holding, and I'm talking about 80% of your 80% of your portfolio being allocated. Now, if I have 3 coins, okay, let's just say I've got ADA, I've got ZIL, and I've got VeChain, okay, and let's say I've got 100,000, let's just say, right? Just a simple number. And right now my portfolio, let's just say right now my portfolio, I've got a bunch of all sorts of coins, and I just reshuffle everything into these 3 coins. Let's just say, right, as an example. And I might do something like, let's just do 30,000 here, 30,000, then 30,000. This just this 3. Now, in order for you to hit your next 10x, right, in Moonshot 2, right? Now, if you do the math for ADA, you would say, okay, Jay, I've got about, it can go up to $22, and right now it's about $1.40 something. I'll just call it $1.50, right? Is that right? Yeah, it's got about 14x to go, right? So if I do 14x multiplied by 14, right? So my 30K, right, with my starting base capital, right? Moonshot 2, Moonshot 1 here, right? So my Moonshot 1 capital is what, 100K, right? It's 100K here. So, and I distribute into 30, 30, 30, and maybe for others trading purposes, I've got about 10. Okay, now you might say, oh, well, can Zeal do another, let's just say, right, another 10? And, you would have to assess, right? So for example, Zeal here, maybe going to 5, and, we've got 20 cents or 21 cents right now. So going to 5 divided by, let's say, 22 cents, it's got 20 over X here. Let's just say, we go in later and you might have a 15X instead of 20X. Multiply by that. And VeChain, let's just say it's got 10X over here. Let's just say, right? So what I'm saying here is, if you look at a total here, it's very clear that this is going to give you more than 10x, right? Yeah, amongst all the three. So your 100, right? So your return pretty much is just this divided by your capital here, which is about 11x, as an example. Discounting the others, whether you play around, and those are lottery coins, you play around, and so this is an idea. It is an idea of the three coin, using a three coin strategy here. Because in order for you to get to your next 10x, right? If you have three coins, it's not that hard, for the three coins, if they are really solid, to get to your 10x. All right. Now, if you start distributing into more coins, into 5, 6, 7, 8, and those 5, 6, 7, 8 coins would hold majority of your 80% of your capital, then you would need those 5, 6, 7, 8 coins to do well, more than 10x in order to hit 10x. So the good news is you will have a better chance to hit the winners, right? Because you're spread out more. The bad news is you are distributed a little bit, more thin compared to three coins. So this understanding of the strategy is very critical for you to look ahead, right? So if you're someone like me who just say, I don't care about maximizing, my profitability. What I care is I want my 10x and more. And which are the strong coins here that can get me there, right? And this becomes a really simple strategy for you to deal with. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. And I know ADA is a very strong coin, and right now it's giving us about 14x from where we are. So if you think very carefully, if you think about ADA, I've always said, right, I mean, ADA is very strong. Is there anyone here that would doubt ADA not going to $22? Anyone here? I'm not sure about you. I have no doubt at all ADA hitting 20 and above, right? So what we are saying here is, if we know we are fairly confident, right, we are going to get at least 10x from ADA. Now, you might be thinking to an extreme, right? Why don't you just dump all the money in there right now? Let's just say you've reached your target, you've got 100K, and if you dump in there, yeah, you quite easily get your 1 million in the next 2 to 3 months. All right, now that would be one extreme that I want to paint the picture. And you might say, okay, that's really risky. Yeah, if that coin fails, but what are the odds, right? I mean, of ADA failing? That's a question mark, right? But it is definitely extremely strong as far as I'm concerned. So Coming back to the strategy, that's something you want to think about. A 3-coin simplified strategy is how many, do you want to hold a lot of coins or should you hold few coins? Okay. Now I'm of the opinion that I'm going to hold few coins still, right? I'm just going to simplify and hold a few very strong coins. The rest of the coins can go up higher, better, and for me, it doesn't matter. All right, I'm sticking to the plan of getting to my goal. All right, so be very clear about your strategy and your intent. Is your intent to make as much money, or are you trying to hit the 1000x game plan? All right, some of you who are late, you won't be hitting your 1000x, but those of us who had, who have achieved the 10x, you need 100 more. All right, so how do you get the next 10 and the next 10? So if that is your game plan, if that is just what you need to do, then here's one strategy that can simplify and provide you the confidence to get to your next 10x. Is it clear on this strategy here? Yeah. Any question on this strategy?
Jay,
Hi, Jay.
the cutoff for this strategy would be at the end of the month?
No, there's not really like an official cutoff. Yeah, you just keep going. What I'm saying is, for those of us who are close, if not, have gone past the 10x, think about how you want to play the next game in Moonshot 2. Okay, there's not a cutoff, official cutoff here. Yeah.
Hi, Jay.
Yeah.
Hi, Jay. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. Hi. Jay. I'm holding more than 3, quite a few, just about 10 or 12, and but mainly 3 coins, and the rest of them are just small amounts. All of them done 10x from the day I bought 2 now. So I'm thinking like basically on the Moonshot 2, I prefer selling 10% of all my portfolio. So because I don't know which one will do better in Moonshot 3. So my question number 1, if I'm going to sell 10% of my complete portfolio on the Moonshot 2, already now I have done the 10x, but 10 times obviously. And so Moonshot, question 1, Moonshot 2, if I sell 10%, would that be okay? And Moonshot 2, how do I recognize Moonshot 2 is at least started, hit, or when?
Yeah. We'll review the spreadsheet on the Moonshot 2, right, as we go along. So if you don't have a spreadsheet, you should have a spreadsheet to refer to on the numbers. In terms of the profit taking, by the way, as we go along each Moonshot, you should take out 10%, right? So
good.
That's part
Thank
of the
you.
deal. And
Yeah,
again, that is up to you for different individuals. Some of you may take more, and that's fine as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the Moonshot 2, I mean, we can't tell exactly, but roughly Moonshot 2, how do we, which month you reckon Moonshot 2 will finish?
It's not month, it is the numbers, right? Do you have this spreadsheet, Chris?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Do you see Moonshot 2 numbers here?
Okay. All right. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, refer to those numbers. Yeah, it's not the timing, it's the price that we are talking about.
Oh, so in that case, it doesn't, we rather sell even individually, it doesn't per coin, rather than waiting everything to
coin.
particular day.
Yeah, it's always per coin. Each coin has a number.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Good.
All
Jay.
right.
Thanks. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't want to go into the coins first, right? No. Again, sharing with you, I'm thinking about my portfolio, not coins, right? Portfolio, the overall number, that's the goal. and I guess the first thing you got to decide is how do you want to play the game. Now, I'm not against people who hold many coins. Remember, you will still do very well. And the question is, a simplified portfolio would probably give you less stress, maybe more certainty um, than having more coins. Which is you got to take care more, and uh, and that's something that some of you might want to think of. Okay. Now, the next question is, well, which coin are we looking at over here? Okay, so which coin are we looking at? Now, that is entirely up to you, but we will obviously have a view around each coin. Now, ADA would be one of the first one, right, to be selected. That is without doubt. 14x from here going to Moonshot 2 into about $22. We know that that's on the table. That is why when I spoke about reshuffling yesterday or day before, I'm seriously thinking of pushing a lot of capital into ADA, right? So, for example, right, those of you who've got 100K, you would again, consider pushing 30,000. And if you've got $1 million in your portfolio, you'll be pushing 300K into ADA. I've got no problem at all, pushing 300K or whether it's 3 million or 300K, ADA has never been an issue. Now, part of the reason why you're dealing with bigger coins as you go along is liquidity, and some of you would understand this can be fairly important. Okay. And ADA, ZIL, VeChain, these coins have a big amount of liquidity. And you want to make sure you are in, this kind of coins here. So that's something to think about. That's where I'm going mostly. And at the end of the day, if you got your 10x earlier than expected, if you are lucky, then you can rotate into other coins, right? After Moonshot 2, if you still have extra time, if you're lucky, so that you might be able to get more money. Okay, but that's what I'm thinking over here in terms of a strategy. All right.
Jay, may I ask a quick question, please? It's David.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Your strategy, because like you say, many people will have hit 10x at the moment. You may well have hit 10x already. Yeah. Are you thinking about the moves for your strategy now? For instance, XRP, OMG, ICX still have quite a way to run. Are you waiting for those to run further, or are you considering exiting now?
Yeah, after yesterday's view, I have considered that I'll let them run into higher prices. XRP, for example, I would still expect it to hit Moonshot 1 fairly soon on XRP. And the same with OMG and ICX, I would still expect them to do quite well this month. Again, fingers crossed. If that happen, hey, that'll be the best thing. If not, I have to still figure out, how do I want to allocate money into ADA potentially, coming up. So yeah, the answer is I'm still letting my coins run. I have not changed much, but obviously I moved Fight into ADA, just the beginning to track ADA. But that's just a small bag I have. But behind my mind, I'm thinking of a serious amount of capital allocation to ADA. The other thing I want to highlight to people is Moonshot 2 always has priority, and it's very hard to go wrong with Moonshot 2 because these coins will move fast. And right now, it is time, right? It is time to look at some of these coins in Moonshot 2. So, yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with those coins starting to push up, including Ethereum, which I'll speak about, although, it doesn't necessarily have a huge return compared to ADA. But remember, the speed might be able to make up. And I know there are people out there who are still holding Ethereum. And based on the speed, you would be able to, the next few months, have a significant impact on the portfolio. And after Ethereum has gone up, you can still rotate into other coins, right? If the speed is fairly high for Ethereum. Okay. So yeah, I will be. I still maintain position currently. I still think OMG, ICX, and XRP will do fairly well in the next couple of weeks.
Jay, you don't have any more long view coins? You're not holding?
A long view like VGX, I'm still holding VGX.
All
Yeah.
right.
Zap, Zap, I'm still holding. But OMG is a long view.
Yeah.
So I'm still holding that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
but at the same time, I'm still trading, right? I still exit and then probably come back later and all these things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
So, yeah, I still have all those coins. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, I'll just say that my view has always been, there's a lot of trading that I do. As usual, it's part of my smaller portfolio, and I'm not going to advise people to follow me unless, again, you're very sure about, reading charts and knowing what to do. So I'll just put it out again. Go ahead.
AJ, I just got on the Zoom. How long have you been doing this? Am I too late?
Say again, how long have I been doing this? What do you mean doing what?
Oh, the Zoom call today. Am I like far behind?
No. Yeah, just hang in there. Just started half
Okay.
an hour. I6 is a long view. Yeah, I6 is a long view. That's right. Now, what I want to do after this is I'm going to start looking at coins that have completed Moonshot 1. Okay, and we'll see whether it is worth for you or for me or everyone else to hold it in Moonshot 2. That's the intention over here in this session. I will start reviewing, Moonshot 1 coins, coins that have completed Moonshot 1, and then we'll look at their Moonshot 2. Okay. Now, to start off with Ethereum, I'll do that again, just out of respect that it's probably the first coin over here that is doing Moonshot 2. Now I'm excluding the other coins that have done so earlier, including potentially Ants and what is that, Aave and the other coins. Now there is I also call the two methods, the two different methods, which is the general structure and the tree push, may agree or disagree on certain aspects in Moonshot 2. I just want to highlight those are different methods, and that is okay. And I'll talk about the differences between the two methods and how I look at it, and how you might want to look at it as well. Okay, so take for example over here Ethereum, right? So if we use the tree push over here, yeah, it will be this will be the Moonshot 1, right, on top here at about 2050 around there. So that will be a Moonshot 1 completion. It's not a significant correction here. I think we have seen a 30% which is fine, right? About 35% ish, and that's okay. Ethereum, don't normally expect a huge correction over here. Let me give you guys a contrast between ETH 2017, right? So hopefully this would provide you an understanding on how Ethereum would play out. So if we were to go back into 2017, let's go back to 2017 Ethereum. There are there are differences but similarities, yeah. And yeah, so this should be how it looks like, right? So let me delete some of these triangles over here. You would obviously see a first major correction, right? So that would happen first. You would expect, so this would be the 35% correction. So this is the, on the right, the 2017, this would be the first major correction, right? And obviously there is some push here, right, that comes back up. Some push here that comes back up over here, okay? And that's just a very common typical moonshot one, okay? Now, in the past, we had this lower position here that is of a flat. Now, in this case, it's got a much angle right up there. And the next thing we know, it's starting to push up, right? So then it's starting to push up over here. So that's the beginning of Moonshot 1 for Ethereum. Just wanted to show you guys the difference between 2017. Right. So this whole thing, just wanted to also highlight to you guys on how long back in 2017 it took here. So this is Moonshot 1, right? This Moonshot 1. Note that this Moonshot 2 over here, right? And how it's going to be. It took, how long did it take? Right. So it would take, right, the last time it took about 45 days. Yeah, 45 days, you know, more than, if I go back slightly earlier, yeah, 45, 50 days. So it's more than a month. Yeah. And will Ethereum do it roughly within a month or two? Let's just give it 2 months, right? So Ethereum, let's just say take 2 months to go up. Right, so yeah, so where is this? So if it takes 2 months to go up, most likely by June, right? Ethereum would be done, right? So that's how you see June would be the beginning of a ranging days, right? For coins like Ethereum that may be finishing in about 2 months. Can he do more than 2 months? By the way, we are 2.5 months away to end of June, so it can definitely take 2.5 months. But so if you think about where Ethereum is going, right? Let's have a look at where Ethereum is going. Yeah, so the conservative number which we have, I think that's pretty much validated, right? So if you go into this, let's look at Ethereum. Okay, so these numbers, by the way, is based on the 3 push, right? So this should be fairly conservative. I think it's going to be 12,000 at least. So which is at least 6x away from where we are. So potentially higher. So those will be conservative numbers here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight, right? Like this is definitely good for me to go with in terms of Moonshot 2. I'll just highlight it in green, all right, based on the 3 push. Now, can it go higher based on what you call the feed cog? Now, yeah, if you use the traditional feed cog on the height here, on the peak, yeah, it can definitely it will validate the numbers against this one over here, right? But if I use it over here, right, which I'm going to do, we'll see how far potentially it can go, right? So here is here would be a estimation of feed cog using the tail. I call this the tail because the peak would be the head, right? So somewhere around Moonshot 3 of potentially 100K, right, for Ethereum is on the table. Now, if you've seen before my prediction of 55 and above, is definitely a conservative number here. So can it go up to around 100K? I'll just say the range, right? The range of where Moonshot 3 is somewhere in the 50K, right? And the 100K. So it's somewhere around here, right? So that's the Moonshot 3 area. Now, if you cut it by half, right, using an estimation, you will be able to see that it's about 16K, right? Moonshot 2 can go up to 16K. Can it go even higher? Yeah, it's going to be pushing it, right? So I'm just going to highlight here that the Moonshot 2, based on this practical estimate on the tail here, can go up to 16,000. All right. Now I'm just going to also take a picture on this so that you guys can refer to the numbers here, and this would be fairly useful, right, as we go along. So we'll send out a picture, the artifacts here. I'll just put it around here. Okay. So that's what we are looking at, and I know some of you are Ethereum holders. So where's Moonshot 2 going to be? The answer is somewhere, my view, between 12 to 16,000. So that will be a nice place to estimate the Moonshot 2. Okay, is that clear?
Hi, Jay. For the Excel spreadsheet, can we add a new column, say like a FibCog target 15K or 16K for Ethereum?
Yeah, I think we can do that. Let's try and see if we
That's
can
great.
do that. Yeah. It's gonna get confusing to some of you guys, but just hang in there, right? We will we'll do this MS2. All right, FG FibCog. Right. So we'll put it around 16,000. Yeah, 16,000. I hope it doesn't screw up Rick's spreadsheet here. Okay, so put it here. Okay. So this will give us a range of where we are looking at.
CMS live chart too.
Yeah. Is that okay, Liam?
Yes, this is great. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah. Hey, Julie, what's up? What's happening?
Oh,
Yeah.
can you hear me, Jay?
Yeah, I can hear
Oh,
you.
hello. Yeah, I've just sent you, PM'd you the link to the newer spreadsheet that I think Rick created. So it's that one, but it's live chart 2. So this one's an older one.
Okay.
So you sort of need to close this down and go into that link.
There's a new one?
Yes, yeah. If Rick's around, maybe he can confirm that's what I saw in his channel. So, yeah, so that's what I'm using, and that's the one that's been sort of updated.
Okay.
So I don't know if people might be a bit not know that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just check in on the new one. Okay.
Can you put the link on the regular chat also? Because I've been using the old link also.
Okay. So here you go. This is the new link. Apparently, that's the new link, and we'll use this one. Okay, we'll use this one then.
Can you send the link on the chat? Because I don't have it either for the new one.
You don't have it? Pay Julie 10 bucks. Oh, okay. Oh, this is a view only, so I don't have a request edit access. Okay, so I have to send through. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
I'll do it later. Yeah,
sorry to interrupt. If you can, sorry to interrupt. If you can send the link for the chart on the
just hold
chat,
on,
that'll
guys.
be really
You send
thank
it
you.
out. Just you guys can stop on that one. I don't have access to that editing, so I'm just gonna use the original one. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Yeah, I'm not worried about this editing and all these things. We'll deal with that later. Okay. So Ethereum done. All right. Let's move on. Okay. Now let me see what else I want to highlight over here. Okay, so it might take 2 months. It might take 2.5 months for Ethereum to get it done. to go up by, maybe 6-8x. Nice. It should be a nice return. Other things that I want to highlight for those of you who are watching for Moonshot 2, there is the usual, there is one level here where it will slow you down. There's another level here, which is what we call the butterfly. Okay, you would see the butterfly here before it actually crashes, right? So when it goes into a hyperbolic run, you crash back. Not necessarily to the butterfly. Yeah, you probably come back into the butterfly. So those things are to watch out for Moonshot 2 as you progress along. Okay. All right. ADA. All right. So ADA is the same. It won't be too different from the traditional 3-push method because yeah, the numbers here are not too big of a difference, but still we can have a look at these numbers here and see how different the flip cog is. Is that right? So should I'll be using this one. This one will be slightly higher, obviously, compared to the peak because this is way much higher over here in the Moonshot 3, which is roughly about $200. And if you compare against ADA over here, which is 180, to 200, 230. So it's not like a big deal, right? So if you look at the difference between the 180, which is here, to 200, what is that, 250 or something? It's a very small window of difference, right? It's a very small window of difference here to the top. So I'm not sure if it's even going material to to actually put this down. The same with Moonshot 2, right? The same with Moonshot 2. If you just use halfway and cut off, roughly around 18, dollars here, I'm sure it's gonna hit the 22, which is not. It's only this far away, right? So, so this halfway and 22 is just around here, right? So that's 22 roughly. So for it to hit 22, I think it's a very good number. Okay, so ADA's 22 is solid. I don't have any issues at all, right? So we'll keep going. So the 180, we'll deal with that later, right? Right now we just deal with the Moonshot 2. And can it go higher? Yeah, the answer is it can go higher, but 22 would still be my bet. Conservative or practical number. Yeah, so 22. This number here. Yeah, I don't know if I want to put another number here. This would be the window is very close. Okay, so that's for ADA. So $22 right now. It's about $1.50. So you got 14x, something to think about. It might be a very good deal. 14x for about 2.5 months, maybe. Yeah, so something to think about. Any questions on ADA? Is that good? 22. So I'll put it here. Put this one on top.
Hi, Jay.
Take a photo. Yeah.
Hi, Jay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just have a question about ADA. So I remember during our last session about the triangulation.
Yeah.
And when you were doing the triangulation, you kind of estimated ADA would be based on BTC around $7 and some change. And then when we're doing FibCog, it's about $20, right? So which one do you feel more stronger about?
ADA against BTC?
Yeah.
Yeah, against BTC. Let's have a look ADA against BTC. If I talk about the $7, yeah, let me just see. $7. Okay. Now, the method for FIBCO, and this will be interesting discussion, right? So just going to pick the XRP BTC for you guys to have a look and see how Moonshot 2 would play out. Okay. Now the way Moonshot 2 plays out is it will hit all-time high and above, right? So you hit understand that. So Moonshot 1, it will hit you hit the mountains, right? So we spoke about this, right? So Moonshot 1, you hit the mountains, and it might hit the top of the mountain, right? Depending on how strong the coin is. So it might hit the top of the mountain and come back down, but it definitely hit the mountain over here. And the next one is, Moonshot 2 is right here. Okay. So just want you guys to understand that there's a high chance, there's a really high, where is this high here? Let me just try to break it down into daily so that I can see the high. Okay, so here's the high, right? So here's the high against BTC. Okay, so now you can go back into the third day. So what I'm saying here is it's going to break above. Okay, this is how it's going to play out. It's going to break above this high. Do you guys see that? Let me just show it to you guys. The comparison between the two is, okay, so this one, this one going down is the first one over here, right? Now the second one here is alright, could be, yeah, okay, let me back it up. Right, so this one going down, okay, let me see, this one going down, maybe this one, okay, so maybe this one over here. There's normally a hump, right? And this one seemed to be much bigger. Okay, fine. And then it just goes down, and then there will be another hump, and you would see, another hump here going down. Now, regardless, Moonshot 2, right? So Moonshot 1 is down here. Okay, Moonshot 1 is down here. So Moonshot 1 is down here. Moonshot 2 is expected to shoot up above this line here. Okay, so Moonshot 2 is expected to shoot up. So understand the pattern for Moonshot 2 for triangulation. Now, let's just say, right, it's going to do this number. Now, we are using triangulation here, guys. This is not tree push. Let's just, we can still try to use these numbers and see, right, to see what the triangulation number picks. So it will be what, 0.0040. What do I have here? 40. Yeah, I'll just put 88, multiply by it. Now, if
200,000, Jay, 200,000.
200,000 for Bitcoin? You gotta be kidding me. No, this is this will be just around the maybe right 80,000, 90,000. Moonshot 2. This is Moonshot 2, guys. So I'm just gonna be really conservative. I'm just gonna pick 90. Okay, 90. Now you argue it's gonna be 100. Fine, we'll look at 100, right? So so this would be conservatively looking at $7.92. Now, mind you, there is always a spike up, right? There's always a spike up. So this number here would correspond to, yeah, the what do you call the $8, right? It's roughly about $8. Okay. Now we'll have to see how far it's going to go, right? So can it spike up into 132, for example? Can it spike up to 132? Let's just say, right, 132 over there, right? Then it will be 11,000. Sorry, not 11,000. It will be about $12 over here. Okay, can it spike up even higher? Maybe, right? What if this is let's try
That's why I say
100K.
Jay, 200,000, then you're $22 day.
Then you get your $22 there. Okay, maybe it's 200,000, or maybe yeah, it is. Is it too much on 200,000? Maybe it's, I don't know. It sounds too much for me, right? It sounds too much
I'm
for me.
just kidding. I'm just
Yeah. So it looks like what? It's only $13 over here for Cardano, right? So going back into the $13 over here. Well, it looks like that may be a practical number. Yeah. Based on triangulation. Now remember, I don't know how far it's going to spike up, right? Not sure how far it's going to spike up. But I'll stick to the three push, right, using the method over here. Because why? This spike up over here and where Bitcoin is going, there's a lot of variables here, right? So we know that, $10 here will be a really practical number. I think the $20, $22 will be a a reasonable number as well, because it's halfway here. And yeah, so that would be the range to play with. Okay, so yeah.
Jay, we will
All right.
do
Thanks, Jay.
BTC first. So then we know the prices for Moonshot 2.
BTC?
Yeah.
Yeah, BTC. Yeah, well, we can look at BTC. And yeah, BTC. Yeah, if it goes up to the 120K BTC, yeah, I guess we may not be surprised, isn't it? So 60K now, right? And yeah, if we use here to be a moonshot one, then it would definitely be hitting the $1 million, and we've seen that before, right? So if we use this, and this is where yeah, if we use here as a moonshot one, right? We have seen this going up. Yeah, here's $1 million. All right. Yeah, here's $1 million. Okay. Even higher, right? So this would be a huge number here. How is it? 1.7? Yeah, 1.7. Right. So do you buy that to be, going up to 1.7? I mean, yeah.
Why not, Jay? Why not?
If the market is very strong, that is a possibility, right? And I'm not going to dispute that. Okay, it can happen. And now, remember, Bitcoin is not going to this moonshot to somewhere, right? Potentially, you might say 300K, 200K, but it's not going to go there, right in the next 2 months. Probably by July, probably you hit somewhere around here if it does go there. So this is now. So can it go up above 120 here? That's a very easy target, I think, for Bitcoin. So we have always spoken conservatively about 80K to 100K. Now that is based on the peak, right? That's based on the peak. So it definitely suggests that it can be higher. Bitcoin is suggesting that the moonshot 2 can be higher. In other words, what Teddy is suggesting, a more aggressive number is something that is on the table. So we'll definitely be watching very carefully on how Bitcoin will progress, and that's all I can say. So yeah, so remember this $7 number is based on this level over here, but remember Cardano will push up. Now I don't know how far it's going to push up, right? So I guess we'll see. Just like what it did before for XRP, and that's how things are going to turn up. Now let's
Jay,
just see. Yeah.
Is it possible, this may sound stupid, but to use Ethereum for Cardano as with triangulation?
Okay, so the Ethereum here you can see on the left side, right? The crazy thing is, okay, so this is Ethereum against Bitcoin. It was dislocated, right? So the peak that we had before, unfortunately, for Cardano, you can see is down there, right? And normally it should be up here. Okay, now this structure here is dislocated. I've always said this peak here and the body here is dislocated, and as such, you know, it's hard to tell, you know, whether Ethereum's peak is here or there, and how far it's going to shoot up. Unfortunately, we don't have that data.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, to try to say, hey, you know, how far it's going to push up here. Yeah, we don't have a method right now to forecast how far it's going to push up from here. Yeah. So that's why it's very tough to use triangulation on what you call estimating Moonshot 2. Okay. All right. Okay, so going back into Cardano, yeah, we'll maintain this view, right, of about 2022 around there, this region here, and yeah, as we go along, like I say, we will. The next thing to watch out for is the butterfly. You know, so we expect the butterfly to form somewhere in the $10, right? So we'll see how far it's going to push, and that will be down the road. So right now, yeah, the estimation would be around 2022, around there. Okay. All right. So that's on Cardano. We'll continue on. All right, we'll continue on. And let's see. There are other coins which obviously is, for example, Zinfin is what, you know, some of you would notice that is working on this Moonshot 1 potentially. So we don't know. You know, I'm not going to speculate where Zinfin is going to end up in. So yeah, we'll just let it play out, and then we'll see, you know, where the Moonshot 1 is. So for example, you know, I'm still referring this to be the midway at this point. So the Moonshot 1 is still somewhere here, but it hasn't done so. So we just need to wait, you know, for Zinfin to correct. The other coins that, you know, have done Moonshot, you know, recently would be the Storj, right? So I'm happy to just review this. Obviously, Dent, I think it's safe to say, you know, yeah, the Moonshot 1 is being done.
Okay,
What I like,
and Dodge is done too.
yeah, we can look at those things as well. Storj, now why I like Storj is these are very, you know, this fits into the model really well, right? In other words, it's got a peak, it touches the peak, you know, it corrects, you know, by certain amounts, which we know it's, in this case, it's roughly about 45% or more. So that's, you know, that's a very traditional, it's a classic structure that we know this is fitting in very nicely with the model, right? So that's why I like, you know, this kind of coins that, hey, you know, if it fits in very nicely, we know that, you know, where it's going to go. So, so like Storj, I'm not sure if we have Storj here. We do. Okay. So, yeah, when we say 310 to 470, obviously hit, you know, 310. It did not hit the 470. So this region here hits a 310 and comes back down. Yeah, so we can use the tree push to try to estimate, um, where this thing could be. So assuming that it's roughly done, so I'll just put this around here. Yeah, assuming this is done, right? So which I think most likely it is. Right, the tree push would suggest it to be up there. So let's just see. Right. So suggest somewhere around 40, 48, 49 around there. I think that's the number we had before. Is that right? On track. No, okay. Is that right? Sorry, not track. This is star J. Yeah, 53 around there. So 53, 49, 50. Yeah. So around there. I'll just call it a 50, right? Just call it a 50. And so that'll be a solid number to go with, right? So our current price, what is it? About $3. So it has more than 10x from where we are. So something again to consider, right? Putting some money in there if you guys are looking for it. Okay, dance. Okay, should we look at dance potentially as a moonshot one? Do we think it's fair to call Dan a moonshot one? What do you guys think?
Yes, Jay, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's a fair deal to call
I
Dan
might
a moonshot.
think one more leg, Jay.
Yeah. So
Who knows? We'll see.
triangulation. Yeah, triangulation. Triangulation says that 2019 here, the low is being hit, and yeah, I'm happy to call this a moonshot one. So yeah, Teddy, where you say there's one more leg up?
I think so.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
good. I know it's
49%, right?
Yeah, I know that, but I have. If you compare with Cardano, it looks to me one more leg. I'm not quite sure, but sometimes it's confused. Jay, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got 50%. Tick number one. Number two, I've got triangulation here. Tick number two. I'm happy to go with moonshot one here. Okay. So yeah. So in that case, let's just see how far are we going over here on dance. Okay. Okay, let's see. We have is that right? $6. Okay, so 620 for dance. All right. Did someone do Dan yet? Do we have Dan here? No, no one did dance. Dance. Yeah, someone put it in. All right. So we did not complete. I'll just say done with Moonshot one. Someone says 17 cents. Yeah. Is that 17 cents right here? Nope, but that's fine. Now the Moonshot 2, based on the tree push. All right, so the tree push will call out. Yeah, this would be an obvious tree push for me. I'll just be fairly conservative here. Okay, one push, two push around here. All right. So you can see it lines up very close to the middle, which is quite good. About 40 cents ish. Yeah, 40 cents. Okay. So I'll just put it as a 40 cents. Yeah, 40 cents. Both of them, yeah, I'll just put in as a 40 cents. Yeah, copy and paste. Yeah, 40 cents there. I'll put it green color. Okay. 40 cents would be close to, the 30 over X. Yeah, close to 40X right now. Not a bad idea, isn't it, to start pushing into dent? Yeah, if you guys are looking at potentially pushing up here, yeah. So that's not a bad idea. Any questions on dent? So right, about 40 cents.
Yeah, so but with the, hey Jay, so with Dent, it also confirms this projection here with triangulation that you have. So which is also good.
As in Moonshot 1 or Moonshot 2?
Moonshot 2.
Moonshot 2?
Yeah.
Triangulate, you did triangulation?
I think you
on
did
them?
it last time. I think you did it last
that
time
right?
during our, and so it actually confirms this projection, which is really good.
Yeah. So there are coins that has conflicts, right, between multiple methods. And this is where we need to be careful. Obviously, we'll pick coins that have confluence in terms of methods, and that'll be great. But we don't necessarily get that all the time. And then makes, yeah, you would then have to make a call on what you want to do. Okay.
So would you say when you have confirmation between the 3 push, the fib cog, and the triangulation that they are much more stronger projections?
Yeah, I would say that
right?
it gives me more confidence, to get
Okay.
in. So that's what it is.
Okay, great. Thanks, Jay.
All right, let's keep going. Okay, so that's on Dan, the famous Dan. Now, yeah, this thing here, now can Dan go down more? Here's a question, right? Can Dan go down more? The answer is yes. It can potentially go down more. And if you look at BTC, right, I mean, you definitely find support down here. So I don't know if there's a huge downside, going down all the way here. Don't necessarily buy that. Yeah, so we'll see. It's can it go down further? Yeah, but yeah, limited downside. So something to bear in mind. Okay. All right. All right. What other coins that have done Moonshot 1? We think recently. Oh, let me see.
Name.
Yeah. Okay. NAM. All right. So NAM, fortunately or unfortunately, fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I think it was a little bit of a letdown to me. I would love to see it go higher. But I think it's fair enough that NAM, is doing Moonshot 1. Confirmation by that is the classic significant drop here. Okay, 61% correction. Confirmation number 2 is on the 2019 low, which is what we have over here, hitting right here. Number 3 is it did hit, this the structure that came before, and basically that is indicating, NAM is pretty much done with. So when I put midway here, so that was an overestimation, right? So this is Moonshot 1 right here. Right. Okay. So that will be on NAM, and that would means that the Moonshot trajectory, Moonshot 2 and 3, it's not as exciting, but still not bad, right? Should be still good. Pushing up. Let's just see how far it could go. And in this case, we're looking at somewhere around $60. Yeah. So yeah, what's the Moonshot 2 like? Right. So Moonshot 2 could be somewhere around here. Right. So somewhere around here. About $7. Yeah. So NEM, $7. Yeah. Let's look at NEM or ZEM. Yeah. So we got ZEM here. Moonshot 2. Okay, so here you go. Moonshot 2, NEM from 26, you're going down to 7, right? So unfortunately, yeah, that's the case over here, and we'll take 7. Okay. No, it's got the wrong one, isn't it? What's 7 away from currently 50 cents? Yeah, it's still more than it's about 14x, which is very similar to ADA. Now here's pop quiz. Do you prefer NEM or do you prefer ADA? Let me ask the question. If your friends say, should I get into NEM or should I get into ADA? What's your answer?
Ada.
Ada.
Why?
Ada.
Why?
Strong coin.
What's what
Cleaner
is it?
structure. Cleaner structure as well.
Yeah, it's in the structure. What's about the structure?
Low risk.
Okay. Well, the answer for ADA is it's already up there, right? If you look at ADA very closely, the structure is up there, whereas NEM, what's the structure right now? It's still down there, right? You see the price action? It's nowhere close to the peak of the Moonshot 1. So what does it mean? You take time for it to come back up, right? So if you want action, both has about 14x, right, potentially. If you want action immediately, well, ADA would, ADA would get you there faster. Okay, so that's on them, and that would be Moonshot 1. Okay, let's look at other coins. Let me see.
Ajay, you didn't correct Moonshot 3 for NEM.
Oh yeah. I will come back to Moonshot 3. After Moonshot 2 is completed. I can put in 60 for now. Yeah, I can put in 60. Do we have 60? Yeah, I'll put in 60 for now. I won't put a green over there. But yeah, we will do confirmation once the $7 is done. Is that okay, guys? So the way it works is Moonshot 1 will determine Moonshot 2, which will determine Moonshot 3, right? So obviously we can forecast Moonshot 3, but we need to worry about Moonshot 2 first. So let's just make sure we have confirmation as we go along. Okay. All right. What else do we have? Let's keep going. I think in my war room. Okay, so VeChain, I'll talk about VeChain hasn't done so. SNT is probably working right now.
I think
Let's
DA
look.
stuff just
Yeah.
right below NEM.
Which one? DNT?
DNT.
Okay, let's look at DNT. I think we spoke about DNT the other day, that it may be doing its Moonshot 1. Oh yeah, we spoke about it, right? DNT partly because of the Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin structure, 29 is definitely being breached here, right? Below, and that's fine. But the top side as well. So you can see, it even comes here and break it. So this region of DNT, breaking, this previous structure, for me, it's good enough to call this a Moonshot 1. Okay. So yeah, that would be fair call. Let's have a look and see where DNT may be heading. All right, so here's the forecast. All right. Okay, so we are looking at about 150. Yeah, and it should be. It's a very strong coin, right? So about somewhere around here, about 750 would be the call, right? So 750. Yeah, but remember it's starting with 32 cents here, right? 32 cents. Three push would three push buy into this? Yeah, three push would also say it's around this region, 760. That looks pretty good, isn't it? What's the number on 760 divided by what is that? 33 cents, let's just say. That's a 23x right now, right? That's a 23x here. So something for some of you to think about, right? Gee, if that is going to be 23, that's pretty good. Now remember, it's got the all-time high to deal with as well, so it might slow down during the all-time high. But if some of us are starting to think further ahead, yeah, so this might be a strong coin to have. Okay.
Jay, does it make sense that DNT will move quite quickly as it did to MS1 for MS2, like ADA, and the structure's quite strong?
The answer is yes. Remember, Moonshot 2 has higher priority. And when I say higher priority, it tends to move faster. Now, if you do the math, right, if you do the math, 23x, right? Gee, how do you do square root of 3 in SQ? Yeah, gee, square root of 3, and then you do, that will be square root of 4. But yeah, if you do a 2.6, right? 2.6 multiplied by 2.6 multiplied by 2.6, then you get to, well, let me just do a 2.9 then, not 2.8 to the power of 3, right? It gets you close to 23. In other words, you know, if DNT takes 3 months, right, to do 23x roughly, man, we're talking about on average a month is about 3x, right? That's some serious money right there, just for you guys to think about. So that's why I say it's time to look ahead and see, you know, what some of these Moonshot 2 they could perform. Okay, so DNT is looking very exciting. All right, so that's good. All right, let's move on and let's see what other coins do we have. Is ZRX doing Moonshot 1 now? Let me just check on ZRX. Anyone else? Right, ZRX. Man, ZRX it's in a tough position, right? Yeah, it's still got some upside. Looks like it. So the 2019, yeah, the low would be around here, but there's a structure here. It's got a break, so maybe ZRX still got some upside. So yeah, so we wait for it to play out. Okay, so ZRX may still have some upside, so we are not going to deal with it. All right, Chiliz. Let's deal with Chiliz, yeah? Let's look at some of your coins. Let's look at the chat and see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, Chiliz, sorry. Chiliz, that will be one coin that, let's just see that against Bitcoin. I don't know if he's got enough data going back into, well, it's got going back into 2019, but not early 2019, though it's only July. So don't have enough data for Chiliz to confirm. Yeah. This is a tough one, right? So we've got F4 around here, so we know that there's an F4, right? So we know that after F4, we've got the F5. And by the way, if I zoom in on a daily, so this could be, what is this? The midway, right? I mean, this could be a midway. Although I do not like the fact that it's a very short midway, right? How long is this? Now, unless, you know, we might say, okay, it might be dislocated, right, to the top side over here. But it's only taking like 10 days, you know, for this structure, maybe 11 days. So it's really fast. But it also indicates that this is a very strong coin, you know, that it's pushing up. And what do you call, what else do we see? There is a correction from the top to the bottom by, you know, by 50%. Okay, so 54%. So take 54%. Structure wise, yeah, it's not as good. I would love to see, you know, midways more, but could be a strong coin. And yeah, to call this a moonshot one, I think I'm happy to call it a moonshot one. Fair call. Now we don't have any triangulation on the back, so we can't use triangulation as well. Any comments on Chiliz? You guys good? All right, we look at cube root function. Okay. Now let's just do this on Chiliz. Okay. Yeah. So the good news is the triangulation, not triangulation, but the feed calc based on the tail here would still be useful, right? Would still be useful. And this let's see how far this is going. Potentially, yeah, 600. That's too much, right? So, so about 400. Yeah. So this has a really high rotation coin, right? Moonshot 3 potentially at a 400. Did anyone do anything here? CHZ? No, no one's looking at Chiliz right now. CHZ? No. Okay. So I guess you gotta put in somewhere, right? You gotta put in somewhere. No one's looking at Chiliz. Okay. I'll just put in here then at the end. Okay. What's the number? I think that's the Moonshot 2, and that's great. What's the number for Moonshot 2? Now let me just do, yeah, it's somewhere. It'll be around here. Right. So it'll be around here. Okay, so even if you do a 2, the second push, which I'm going to use, gee, I can't. Yeah, I'm going to use somewhere around here. Yeah, so the second push would indicate, yeah, somewhere around here. So somewhere between, I would say, right, maybe about $16 to $20, right? $16 to $20. Yeah, that would be a good range to look at on Moonshot. Moonshot to 16. I'll just write 16 right, to $20 over here. Yeah. So it's not a bad idea to get into Chiliz in the longer run. I know I do have a small bag currently, and yeah, so potentially looking for a building on this. Okay. Yeah. BTT looks good. Okay, so I need to take a picture, right, of Chiliz here, and 16. Yeah. Gotta say cheese, right? Chiliz. Chiliz gotta say cheese. Okay, so let's just put this thing in here. Chiliz. Okay, let's just keep going. All right. BTT, is that right? BTT would have done its moonshot one. Let's just see BTT against BTC and BTT. Yeah, against dollar. Let's see. Does it have a 2019? Yeah, the 2019 is unfortunately just got cut off right early 2019, but it looks very reasonable, right? That it would have done, its moonshot one, coming back down fairly significantly against BTT, but also we do have a correction that is fairly significant, right? Which is 47%. Yeah, it's got a nice general structure, right? Which we've seen it's got its midway. So it ticks most of the box, right? If not all the boxes, right? F4 midway, moonshot. Moonshot one. Triangulation doesn't, we're just shy of the January, but we might say it's close enough for government work. And hey, that's fine. That's fine. Let's keep going. All right. So that's what we're gonna do and see BTT. All right. So BTT, yeah, just estimating here on the FIBCOG. Yeah, that's the beauty of this FIBCOG method is, though we don't have the history going back into January 2018, yeah, but this should give us a nice estimation here. All right. Where is this going? This is going up here, right? Okay. So there you go. So about $1.80 potentially to Moonshot 3, $1.80. Let's just look at if we have a BTT here. We have BTT. No, it doesn't look like we have a BTT. Okay. So here's BTT, and we're talking about potentially $1.80 Moonshot 3, right? So Moonshot 3, is that right? Yeah, that's Moonshot 3, $1.80. Okay, I'll just copy this one, $1.80. And the Moonshot 2 to be somewhere around here. And so I'll just cut it off, yeah, somewhere around here. At what is that, $1.48, something like that. Yeah, $1.48 to $1.50, somewhere around there, around $1.50. I'll just call it $1.50. Yeah. So that would be on BTT. Okay. $1.50.
You mean 15 cents?
Sorry, did I say 15 cents? $1.50? It's a 15 cents. Okay. Is that right? Yeah, 15 cents. 15 cents. Where's the decimal? Right. Yeah, is that this one? Okay, so there you go, decimal. Around there. Yeah. How does it work out? Are the rotations stacking up? Well, let's just see, right? What is that? 15 cents divided by where we are now, 0.008, somewhere around there. 18x, that's pretty good, right? 18x, pretty good. So why not? Something to look at. Okay. All good, guys, on GTT? Yeah. Yeah, ICX is nowhere close Moonshot 1, so skip it. Zap, the same. PPT, the same. No confirmation. OMG. Okay, I want to speak a little bit about OMG. KCS, yeah, those would be good. right? So let me speak about OMG and my concern with OMG. Now, why there's a concern on OMG? So the 2019 was here, right? 2019, beginning of 2019, that was the low. So this structure here obviously eclipsed. Now this was the, no, I claim it as a previous structure. Now this thing here is correcting by 70%. Now, some of us are suspecting, right? Jay, could this be a moonshot one? Right? I mean, this correction here is just massive, right? If this go now, if I look at it, I say no. All right, this doesn't look like moonshot one. Now, if I'm wrong, if this happens to be a moonshot one, right, then the next push up is heading to moonshot two. Okay, so understand that there's a risk here that although I do not think it is moonshot one, but if I'm wrong, you might get stuck there for a few months, all right, on the next structure. So as such, I would definitely exit OMG, right, on the next push up. Now, where am I targeting? I've spoken about this, the $40 and something around. Now, am I going to exit lower? Maybe, so we'll see. But so just watch out, right? On the next structure, could it be moonshot 2? Is that pretty much it? That remains to be a question mark. Okay. Just want to highlight the risk on OMG over here. At this point, I'll just assume that this is not a moonshot one. We are going up, but once we have gone up, we'll see how it's going to play out. Okay.
Ajay, so
yeah.
if OMG moonshot one, that's moonshot one, what's the target for moonshot two?
It's going to be fairly low, right? It's going to be maybe around 40s to 60s, around there, which is our original target anyway, which is about $40, right? So that will be the risk, and then the moonshot 3 will be fairly low as well, potentially. So yeah, this is what happens when when I have triangulation here. So my point is, is this one that hits here, right? Is this already the moonshot one structure? This one, right? Again, I don't think so, but what if it is, right? So just think about those scenarios you might want to pull in. Okay, let's move on. At this point, OMG will continue on. So I'm not worried at this point, but the next structure I'll be worried. Okay, KCS. I think KCS fair call. Is KCS fair call? Can't remember. Do you think that's a moonshot one right there? It looks like it, right? Now, I'm not going to do KCS yet because I don't think it's done correcting. Okay, so we'll skip KCS. Is this a moonshot one? Yeah, it definitely looks like one that's correcting right now. Right? Why? Because you got a midway, February, July, August. Yeah, you got I'll just cover this entire thing. Is that right? So let's see, where's the March 15? So here's the March 15 around here, right? March 15. And I could use this as an F4 and F5, right? Midway, moonshot 1, fair call, not completed, so we'll skip. Okay, VGX, ZIL, wait, have we not done ZIL? Oh, okay, yeah, we have not done ZIL. Why have we not done ZIL, guys? Upgrades. Hasn't corrected yet, right? Hasn't corrected, just like KCS hasn't corrected yet, so we're not gonna do it. ZAP is the same. Is ZAP already moonshot one? No, right? Don't think so. So a lot of the coins, and no, Mana is Mana already moonshot one. Oh, okay. So Mana, okay, let's look at Mana. Let's look at Mana. Okay. So Mana has a 2019 here. Here's the here's the 2019, right? So the 2019 low, it's it's around here. Yeah. So it's around here. So that's what it is. It's broken the structure before, right? So from here it broke it up, came back up, and yeah, unfortunately, I was waiting for it to come down even more, but doesn't seem to be coming down, right? It's such a strong coin. Could it expect this to come down even more from here? Yeah, the answer is yes, but yeah, it's very hard to tell. So the other thing to look at is it has done right about 31 days, so it's done 1 month of consolidation. So it's a fair call on Mana that okay, this is a moonshot one, right? It's done 30 days. It has corrected by 33%. All right, above 30%. Okay, fair call. And the triangulation on the right side here says, yeah, it's done its job. So Mana is a fair call, I think, on moonshot one. So F4 midway moonshot one. All right, fair call. So we can do Mana. All right. So let's have a look at Mana and see see how it's going to play out. Yeah. So again, going to be conservative here on some of these weeks here, and we push it down. Yeah. Okay, somewhere around here. Okay, so close to $200, right? $200, and that's some serious number, right? $200. Moonshot. Let's see, moonshot. Yeah, moonshot 2. It's somewhere in the 20s, at least the 20s over here. So, yeah. So I'll just call it at the 20s here. This is some serious coin, isn't it? Yeah. $1.20 now, right? So, pretty serious. Close to a 20x. Yeah, is that right? Close to a 20x from where we are now. Some serious coin here. Okay, so let's look at Mana. I'll put it in. All right, we've got Mana over here, which is nice. We've got 35 cents, but not too sure about 35. Yeah, 35 here. Nah, it's up there here at about $1.13. So $1.13, $1.13 to what you call what did I say again? 50, not $20. So sorry, it's $20, right? So $20 region, and that will be the moonshot 2. Okay. Moonshot 3, I think we are looking at 199, 200, right? So it's about 200. Yeah. Okay. So 20 is where we are going with Mana. Again, we know this is a very strong coin. If you look at, so some learning for some of you, okay, who are looking at the structure and how it flows. Yeah, if you see a very strong push up, right? Like this, you know, those are very strong coins, right? And you know, and it did this moonshot one correction fairly quickly, and right now it's pushing up. When it was here before, it was $1. I was thinking, it might come back down a little bit. Hey, you know, obviously I was wrong, and now I'm still waiting for this to come down a little bit. Maybe I'll get in some, but we'll see, right, how this is going to play out. So yeah, another great coin, yeah, Mana, very strong NFT, virtual world stuff. So fantastic coin.
But Moonshot 2 is still in June.
Everything is the same, right? Those numbers don't change, right? Okay, let's see. What other coins do we have in terms of ETN? Is ETN Moonshot 1? I don't think ETN is Moonshot. Is that right? ETN is Moonshot 1. I don't think he has done Moonshot 1. Has it? Yeah, this is barely a midway, right? Yeah, ETN.
What about Voyager, VGX?
Yeah, and, yeah, Voyager. Yeah, we can do Voyager. No, ETN is yeah, ETN has to break this. ETN, see the 2019 here. That's the 2019 low around there. So yeah, it has a lower point here. So I'm not sure if it's going to, but I know it has to break this at least, right? It has to break this at least. Maybe you come into this side, right? This range here. So this is a Moonshot 1 range. So to say that ETN has done so, I doubt so. I know that the correction has been pretty drastic, right? 44%. But that's just the nature of ETN, really. So I don't think it's done with Moonshot 1. VGX, right? So VGX, okay. Let's see, VGX F4, yeah, F4 midway by Moonshot 1. So I spoke about this, that if you guys want to get in roughly right now or just when it hits below into the 440 region, yeah, I think this is pretty much it, I think. So yeah, this would be a Moonshot 1. Again, the correction is from the top here. It's what, about 46%. So tick number 1. Yeah, general structures agree.
Jay, can you do triangulation as well? Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll look at VGX triangulation. It's pretty straightforward, I think. Yeah, so you can see the 2019 low here. It broke all sorts of triangulation here, right? So, you know, if it broke anywhere above here, broke above the mountain, there's nothing to say here. It's just clearly, yeah, it's done. It's Moonshot 1. Next stop is, remember, next stop is way high up there, which is crazy, right? So, and that's why Voyager it's very strong. Let's have a look at where it could go, right? Now that we are pretty sure this is a Moonshot 1, and just gonna take this one and going to see. I think the numbers will stack up to yeah, stack up pretty high, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, about 7,000. Yeah, I think we had 6,000 before, something like that. Moonshot 2. Let's just see where Moonshot 2 could potentially go. I mean, this structure here, I'll just say it's got everything going for it. You know, easily 550. I would just say easily. Let's say 550. That's pretty high, isn't it? But the two push, second push is it's definitely suggesting somewhere around here on the slightly higher side. So yeah, I'm just gonna call out somewhere around 450, yeah, for VGX. Yeah, that would be a great target. 450. 450.
That's 100x.
Yeah, which is higher, but this was, remember, based on all-time high, I think. But hey, it's still a pretty good number. So 450, a fairly conservative number on the 450 here. It's still a good number. Is that right, Teddy? Still a good number.
Why not, Jay? I bought 20 cents, so no
Oh,
way.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's keep holding, right? Keep holding. Yeah, that's almost is that right? How many X? 100X? Fingers crossed. We'll see how VGX would do the next round. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's on VGX.
Is the
All right.
450 moonshot 2 or moonshot 3? I didn't hear you.
It's always a moonshot 2. We are looking at moonshot 2 right now. Yeah. Can it go lower? Yeah, but again, remember, as we go along, we will track the pattern and we'll adjust accordingly. But right now, yeah, I mean, I'm happy to, it's a little bit more aggressive, but let's see how it's going to get there. Okay, so that's on VGX, potentially going up to about, 6,000? Yeah, 7,000 around there. So not 20, but 7,000 would be the number. But we'll check as we go up. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we have done quite a few coins, so hopefully we'll translate into the new spreadsheet and we'll send it out, and then we'll continue on. It's coming to 2 hours. There's another session tonight, obviously on my time, and we'll continue on looking at other coins that may have completed Moonshot 1, and then we'll keep going. Now, remember, the idea behind doing this exercise is just to let you guys to look ahead and see, where are the coins that may be fairly aggressive, and start thinking about where you want to put the money, right? VGX is very strong. We have always known that VGX is very strong. What else is good? ADA is, ridiculously strong. What else? Mana is just crazy as well. Dent is very good. We've seen that. And Chili's, of course, Chili's is ridiculous as well. So there's some of these coins here that will force you to think around, how you're gonna look ahead the next 3 months, 2.5 months, really. Remember, this is Moonshot 2. Moonshot 2 has higher priority, meaning it can go up faster in terms of its velocity, compared to EV2. EV2 is very fast as well. So a lot of our coins are doing EV2 anyway. But I think it's not a bad idea to start positioning yourself for Moonshot 2, right? Especially those of you who have completed your 10x target. Then you might say, okay, let's position some Moonshot 2 around here, and hopefully we'll get there pretty soon. Okay. Yeah, VGX is BQX, that's right. Doge, yeah, Doge has, well, we'll look at Doge tonight. Yeah, no problem. Digibuy hasn't done Moonshot 1, so it should be fine. That you go up. Okay. Any other questions in regards to this exercise here that we are doing, that we are combing through Moonshot 2? Yeah.
Haji,
Sorry, you go ahead.
Haji, are you still holding OMG?
Oh yeah. It's my second biggest bag still. Yes, I'm
Okay.
still holding it. I don't think
you
much has changed. Yeah, my top three is still XRP, OMG, ICX. I don't think
5K coin, Jay.
Hey,
Just leave it.
OMG,
5K coin. Just leave it.
OMG.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, 5K coin, people. There you go.
5K
Yeah.
coin?
I think Teddy is saying he's going to 5K. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now there are a lot of coins that will do well, so you got to select your poison and stick to it. OMG, obviously, I think will do well into the future. But just like many coins, they will do very well into the future. So you got to select the ones that you like.
I guess the challenge now, Jay, is when do we pull the pin on our coins that haven't reached Moonshot 1 yet? Because the ones that we've discussed this morning,
yeah,
are already at Moonshot 1 and they're starting Moonshot 2. They're not going to wait for us. So these good rotations, we can lose a bit of rotation by sitting around waiting for our other coins to get to Moonshot 1.
Yeah.
You with me? So I guess the
Yeah.
challenge now is, when do we pull the pin and say, I'm 3/4 of the way to Moonshot 1.
Yeah.
That's enough. I'll get out and I'll go into ARDA or whatever else I choose to go into.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the challenge. Is that right? Is that how you?
It is
you
the
see it?
challenge. Yeah, it is a challenge, and timing has always been a challenge to us. But we know that in the next 2.5 months, we're gonna get some of those rotations, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you think that's good enough for you, and for example, you say, you know what, Jay, did you buy here? I don't know when it's going to push up, if it's going to push up to 20 cents, uncertainty. And you look on the left, you say, hey, this thing, ADA, or whichever coin, Chiliz, Mana is going up, it looks good. Next 2.5 months, 3 months, I may get this amount. So you got to weigh those out, right?
Yeah,
Between
yeah.
the uncertainty. And if it's good for you, then you will stick to the plan, right? You move and stick to the plan. But if you say, no, I'm sticking to my plan on DigiByte all the way to wherever Moonshot, okay, that's fine, right? That's fine as well. So you just need to assess, what is comfortable with you and how much you like certain coins. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
But regardless, I think end of the day, you will still do well. Yeah, you still do well. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I think if your overall portfolio already got 10x, that's easy decision. But we don't have got
It's
10x.
very easy, right, Leon? Just put everything in ADA.
No, I'm not 10x yet. I'm not 10x yet.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you hit that 10x, then you say, maybe ZIL. Okay, I'll just put half ZIL. Maybe the other half, whichever coin that comes up next. For example, DigiByte, or I don't know, XRP, or whichever that you like, right? So, and then go, right? And you know that these coins will get you there, right? So end of the day, you have to balance out between performance and certainty. That's what you're balancing, right? Performance and certainty. So if you guys remember, when I went pretty much half of my portfolio into XRP a few months back, it was more for certainty. Now, somebody will say, Jay, SEC's lawsuit, how can that be certainty? Well, from my point of view, I know that XRP will have to be around and things will sort it out. Now, that's just me, right? But if you feel like, hey, that coin got certainty from where I'm standing, I'm happy to be in there. If that's something you like, certainty, then go for it, right? That's why you see I don't play around with some of the smaller cap coins, right? Now, here's something that you need to understand. As you are growing your capital, as you know, just like poker, right? When you are winning, you play defense. You don't go nuts all in all the time because you get called on. When you're winning, you play, you take it easy, right? You take it easy and you play defense. So that's what this is. As you are winning your first 10x, you take some money out, but at the same time, you would have to think, do you really want to risk on some of the smaller caps, right? I mean, do you want to? Or do you want certainty? Okay, let's stick to the big caps, the big boys, where you take me home. Okay, that will be your battle as you move forward. Certainty versus performance. If you say, no, I'm going for the kill, okay, fine, go for the kill, right? But there'll be a time where you might say, okay, it's enough, right? I'm going for certainty now. I just want to get my 100 million, right? Just give me my 100 million, okay? And the coins that will give me my 100 million will have to be liquid. Now, where are the liquid coins? ADA, Ethereum, XRP, right? Some of these coins that VeChain, right? These are great coins. Big liquidity. So think ahead, right? Or as you grow your capital, how do you want to play this game? Because the last thing I want is some of us get into some shit coins and then something happened and you just wasted your effort. Okay. Remember, that's why I talk about portfolio. I talk about risk options. You got to weigh them out. And many of us prefer the certainty, and I'm with you. End of the day, if you know you're gonna hit whatever, right? Your 1 million, 50 million. I know some of you are going for the 100. Yeah. You need Bitcoins to get to your 100 million. Right? You can't deal with the small coins. It might be too much, maybe.
Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, with that being said, what's your opinion of Zap having low liquidity?
So it's one coin that I'm happy to just ride it out. You guys will know I don't treat Zap as part of my portfolio. Like it's an animal on its own. Whatever it's gonna do, it's going to do its thing, right? Whether we can get out or not doesn't matter. But my main game, my ICX, my XRP, my OMG right now, that's my main game. So that's how I think about my portfolio. Zap is just we'll let it play out, and then we'll sort it out. When it hits Moonshot 1 or Moonshot 2. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now we will also remember we will sell on the way up. Okay, we sell on the way up. So that's what we'll be doing, and many of you will be doing as well, right? You will sell on the way up. You don't sell on the way down because everyone is selling on the way down. You'll be crashing the price. So as it goes up, you will sell on the way up. So that's a smart thing to do. Yeah.
Jay, just a quick question. As we have discussed in the past, the ranging days, those ranging months, June, July, and August. Are we still on the plan to exit everything and put everything into BTC, because BTC will be more sort of strong and stable during those months? It's all right.
The answer is yes. I don't think we have changed the plan, right? Many of us have realized that seems to be happening now, right? BTC is slowing down, and it looks like we can still ride BTC up during the ranging days. Now, the one thing I've added here is, as we are riding BTC during the ranging days going up, if we see any of the altcoins correcting by more than 65, 70%, we'll get into those altcoins. Okay. So that would be a great buy. Right? If, for example, XLM corrects by 70% from the top, gee, it's like a no-brainer. Like go get XLM. Because you're gonna make so much money, right, on the Moonshot 3, it no longer matters, right? So we're gonna ride BTC, that's the plan for ranging days, but halfway through, if you see any great opportunity on altcoin correcting by 70%, go for the kill, right? Go for it.
Hey Jay, is it better to ride BTC or ETH or USDC? What would be the best way?
Remember, it is the Bitcoin dominance that will come back. It's not Ethereum dominance, it is Bitcoin dominance. Only Bitcoin is roaring back during the ranging days.
Okay.
Thank you, Jay.
Okay, clear?
Thank you, Jay.
Everyone is clear? Very good. Why 100 million is not enough, Matt? If you want $1 billion, come back the next round. Come back the next round.
2-3 million is enough for me, Jay.
Yeah, 2-3 million is enough.
Yeah, I'm not being greedy. 2-3 million is all good for me.
All right. Yeah. Now we will turn off the recording so that everyone can share how much they are targeting.